Welcome back to the channel. Some time ago I presented you my first Pixinsight beginner tutorial, and since you really liked this, I made a new one, and that's this one. In this video I will show you how to easily process your one-shot color camera data in Pixinsight, and as a target I selected M51, the Whirlpool Galaxy. Actually, it's two galaxies colliding, and it's a beautiful beginner tutorial, but it's really not so easy to process. But in this video, I will show you how to get from this to this processed image. So enjoy! Over several nights, I collected data on Messier 51, the Whirlpool Galaxy. I used my 90mm Apo and the Planetary color camera, the CW0385MC camera. Before we do the actual processing in Pixinsight, let's stack the images. Just go to Script, Batch Processing, and press Weighted Batch Pre-Processing. This will take a few seconds to open. In this window you will press Lights, and here Lights again. Then you will select your light frames, all of them. Then you go to Flat Frames, press Flats again here, select your flats. And do the same for darks and biases. Then you can go to Diagnostics and just check if you have any warnings or notes. This is not the case, and here you will also see how much storage is needed for processing, for stacking. Just press OK, then just select an output directory. I use a desktop, and then just press Run. Continue, and this will take some time to process, so I will fast forward. Alright, it finished stacking in almost 16 minutes for 452 light frames. It's quite fast because I use the planetary camera, and the file size for one photo is about 4.5 megabyte compared to a bigger camera. For example, my 2600 MC Pro camera, it's about 50 megabyte per image. And you can also see an error here, but that's okay. It will not interfere with our processing. And now you got a few more directories here, or folders. And actually interesting for us at the moment is only this one, that's called Master. The last image created was the auto-cropped version, and we will work with this one, a non-auto-cropped version. Just open in Pixinsight. Now you can see several images here. To have a look at, just go to Processing, All Processing, and go to Screen Transfer function, this one. And this tool allows you to give you a preview of a stretched version, because all those images are non-stretched now, also called linear state. Just press here and select an image and press this nuke button. This we don't need, just close it. Here again the same, and what you can see here is you can see a shift of all the single frames, so they are stacked on top of each other, and here you have a slight shift of the individual images, but this it's not so important for us at the moment. Just close this one, and then we have this one, and here you do the same. Just press the nuke button, and this is the stacked raw image. To start our processing, just close this screen here, and now I'm usually loading my processing icons. Just right click, go to Process Icons and load Process Icons, and I use this one. And now we have several processing icons. Because when you go again to process, all process, and try this with the screen transfer function we used previously, you can drag and drop this triangle here for example, close this one, and this is now a processing icon we created. Just double click and you will get the this tool again. You can also change the name by right click, set icon identifier, and for example call this screen STF2 because I already have one. Press OK, and then you can drag it here and create your list and so on. For this I will delete again, and this is how you got all this those processing icons. Yeah, it's actually very easy and nice to have those because you don't have to press every time process or process and select the tool or the function you want to use. You can also always go to right click, zoom to fit, and then you will get a larger, most of the time larger view of this image. In this case it's not so high res because I use the planetary camera as I said before. Now usually I go to file and save this image, save as, again on the desktop, and just call it stacked and save it as this file format. Just press save, OK. And now if you minimize this, we have our stacked saved image. I would highly recommend to delete those because they are very large in size. And yes, for stacking you can use different tools or programs, and here I want to compare stacking in Pixinsight versus Deep Sky Stacker stacking. As you zoom in, you can really see dramatic differences, I would say. On the left side, stacking with Pixinsight leads to higher noise, let's say, but using Deep Sky Stacker, at least using this example M51 data, I really saw many pixel artifacts with blue and green color and also red, and this really looked not very nice, I would say. And also the stars and the overall contrast was much higher using Pixinsight stacking compared to stacking in Deep Sky Stacker. I thought that's maybe interesting for you to see, and if you have the possibility to buy Pixinsight, I highly recommend it, not only for stacking but for processing as well. And now let's start processing our image. The first thing you usually do is some kind of a crop, because as you can see you will always get some stacking artifacts. For example, here you have a higher noise than here. If you go to the edges, most cases you have some kind of artifacts here and so on. So this I would highly recommend. Just zoom out a little bit, select how you want to have it. I don't want to have this bright star, but I want to keep this small galaxy here. That's okay for me. Just execute. Yes. Right click, zoom to fit. And now we have a cropped version. Just close again. And now we do something which is called dynamic background extraction, DBE. You can also find this by pressing process, all processes, and go to dynamic background extraction here. I have my processing icon, so I just double click. Here you can, I usually set this to 8, press generate, and yeah, as the name suggests, what we will do is we will extract the background. And what we do here, as the name suggests, is we will extract the background. You always get those sample squares here. This is only for your background. So there are two requirements for those sample squares, you should not have any kind of nebulosity, or some parts of your object should not be in this sample, and you should not have any stars inside this square. What you can see now, you have only a few and not the whole image is covered. And we can increase this by changing or increasing the tolerance. Usually I do 2. And just to make it more visible for you, we can increase the size of the samples, and now you can see they are all over the place and covering the whole image. Usually those squares are too big now for me. It was just to show you. I think I will set 8 again, generate. Now you have all your sample squares, and now as you can see you have some squares with nebulosity or galaxy parts, object parts here, and you will also have some squares with stars inside, and this should not be the case. Now we have to handle each and every single sample square here. This is most probably the least fun part of the whole processing, at least I think so, but it's really necessary and it will really help you to get a really nice looking image. So now let's go to number 1 of 65 samples. I call it sample. You can zoom in and then just press the blue arrow here, and you will be guided to your first sample. And you can see already there's a star inside. You also can see this here depicted in black. And as I said before, you should not have any kind of object or star inside this square. So you will shift this, and this unfortunately you have to do for each and every single sample here. Since this will take a while, I will fast forward this process. Okay, I finished, and in between I would always recommend to zoom out a little, because here, I hope you can see this on YouTube, you also have some dust from the galaxy collision, and I would also not place anything here. I would put it here outside, and same is true for this region. I would not put it so here, maybe more like here, because yeah, you have this faint dust here, and same is true for this region. If you want, you can also create your own samples. Just click here and you have created a new sample. I think I would leave it as it is. Now press here, target image correction, press subtraction and discard background model, and just execute. Again, now use the screen transfer function to stretch your image, or to get a preview of the stretched image. If you're not sure about your process and so on, you can always save this one here and all the positions of your samples, because this took some time, so I would maybe save it for later. Just close, press yes. This is what we had before background extraction, and this is the after. Now you have a higher contrast here after background extraction. You have not such a strong gradient here, and overall it really looks much better, I think. Just minimize this original version here, and let's work with this one. After we finished the background extraction, now let's do some color work. And first thing I would do is to reduce the screen color cast, and to do this using SCNR function. You will also find all the tools here in process, all process, and you will find it here, for example. So we want to reduce the green color cast. I always reduce this to approximately 0.6. Just drag and drop this triangle on top of your image to apply. And this is very fast, so you can already see this difference, especially in this region here. Before, after, before, after. After that, I apply BlurXterminator, which is a tool you have to pay for, but it's really worth each penny, I would say. And this tool allows you to, increase the definition, for example, of your target, and will also reduce the star size. Let's say just apply. I leave it as it is here. All the settings, just apply. And that's done. So let's zoom in. Before, after, before, after. It's just a small difference, but you will really recognize it later. And for me, this is some kind of preparation for the further color work. After that, usually I do the Spectrophotometric color calibration. Just double click. Here's a special thing. Most probably you will get an error message when applying this. Just let's try. And here's the error message. The cause for that is that your image has not yet been solved. Solving or plate solving means the algorithm really does not know where you are in the night sky. And plate solving actually is indicating where you are in the night sky. And this is by recognizing star patterns and also brightness, etc. And to perform a plate solving or image solving, just go to Script, Image Analysis, press Image Solver. And here you have to enter the date of shooting or imaging, astro imaging. You also have to set the pixel size of your main camera and so on. And also the focal length of your camera. Sometimes it's also written in your file, but this really depends. What you also have to do here is to click search and give the algorithm a hint where you are in the night sky or which target you selected or imaged. For me it's M51. Just press search and then OK. And to apply it, just press OK. And now the image has been solved. And now you can apply the spectrophotometric color calibration. Just a hint, in my last video here, I also talked about the star catalog. So this is really necessary, and you need to download a star catalog or several ones, which I explained in detail in this video. So check it out. Okay. Now just apply the spectrophotometric color calibration after plate solving by drag and drop. Wait a few seconds. And now it's finished. You will also get such a interesting graph here, but we don't need this. And you can close this as well. And now this looks very strange. As I said, this is some kind of a preview of a stretched version of your image. Now, due to the color calibration we applied, the stretching changed, and also the appearance of your target. For example, to compensate this, just click and open the screen transfer function, or SCNR, and just deselect this one and just press the new button here, and this will now have a more better appearance, I would say. Just close this. As I said, this is just a preview of a stretched image. This has not yet been stretched, and this we will do now. I won't do a full stretch, but a thing which I call pre-stretch. And to do this, just press here to reset the screen transfer function. Now it's black again, that's okay. And open the histogram transformation. What you want to do is open a preview by pressing here. And you also want to check this check mark here to get your signal peak. This is very important since we don't want to clip any data here. And now you just move this middle slider to the left, and what you can see here, the image is getting brighter, and you also get an idea about your target. To apply, I press here or F5, and now maybe you wonder, this looks different now. Yes, because this is a preview of a second stretch. We did the first stretch, and since we did not change any settings here, this is a preview for the second stretch. To reset this, just click here, and now this is what we really applied. This is after the first stretch. Why do I call it pre-stretch? Because at this stage I actually only take a look at the stars. Since I want to have my object, my main object, M51 and the companion galaxy pop, I don't want to have the stars too prominent. And by changing the stretching, you can increase or decrease the appearance of your stars. Since I want to have some stars here, I will further shift this slider here. Just apply, reset again, and maybe do one more. You can make it darker here on the left side and just increase a little bit more here, the middle slider. Not too much. As I said, my main focus here is really to take a look at the stars and how the stars look like. We can also change this later. Just apply and reset again. And for me, this looks actually quite nice for now. We will work on this later. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, that's it. Just close this one. And now again, I always apply the BlurXterminator. This is actually a kind of a preparation for the next step. Just close this one, and the next step will be the separation of the stars and the main object. This is really an important step, and I would highly recommend to do this, because when you have this separated, you can independently work on the stars and your main target. This really has some advantages, because we definitely want to stretch even more the main object, and if we would do this to the whole picture or image here, we would also increase the brightness and appearance of the stars, and this I don't want to do. And you also most probably want to increase the saturation of your main target, but not so much the saturation of your stars. To do the separation of the stars and your main target, there are several possibilities. And for example, you can use a StarXterminator, which is also a plugin you have to pay for. But since I don't have it and actually don't need it, I will use StarNet version 2. I don't need StarXterminator because I'm really happy with what StarNet can provide here and can do for me. I also did a video about how to install StarNet 2 in Pixinsight, so please check out this video. Okay, let's come back to the separation of the stars and your main target with StarNet 2. We already applied the stretching of this image, so that's why we can reduce or remove in this check mark here. And we want to have an image with stars only and the main object here, so that's why I will check this and just apply this to your image and wait a few seconds. Depending on your image and image size, this can take several minutes even. Okay, really nice. You can close this. And now just let's rename this image. Just right click here, go to identifier and call this stars. This is actually quite important for later steps for recombining those images. So press OK and do the same here. Right click, identifier, and that's starless. And first we will work on the main image. First thing here would be to do a proper stretch. Just open histogram transformation again, open the preview, and we already can see our signal peak. We don't want to clip any data here, so just increase the stretching a little bit more and make it a little darker. Yeah, just apply, reset the settings and do the same again. We will further work on that later. Just for the moment it's okay. Just close this. After that step, usually I do the colors, then I will do some more stretching to really get an idea about the dust here, and then I will also do colors and sharpening and so on again. Now let's create a mask by clicking here, and this is our mask. And now we will stretch the mask. Just go to histogram transformation again, open the preview, and now I want to really strongly increase the stretching here for this mask. It's only for the mask. Just apply it, reset the settings, increase again, apply, reset again. So you do this several times. This is often much better than doing this with one stretch. Apply, reset, and one more time. Okay, this is just reset. This is really just to increase the color saturation in the brighter regions here. The darker regions will not be affected or not be affected so much. So that's okay. Just close it, close this one. And this is now our mask. And to apply this, just drag and drop it here. And now our image is kind of red. And if you don't know how a mask works, now the red area is protected. So any change we will do is not so much applied on the red regions, but only on the white or bright regions. You can also go to mask and invert this if you want now to apply your tool or your function more to the background and not to the main target or galaxy in this case also. But we want to invert this and increase the saturation of our main target M51 and the companion galaxy, and to get a better impression of what actually is the saturation is doing here, just go to mask and click show mask. Now the mask is still applied. You can indicate it by this brownish color here, but it's not visible. Just go to color saturation, open the real-time preview, and now you just go here and raise this bar or slider here, just apply it, reset, and let's do this again. So far that's enough, I would say. And now go to show mask again and just remove this mask. We still have it here to apply for later. And now I want to really increase those structures here with the dust. For this I do, which is called, or create a range mask. Just go to process, mask generation, and go to range selection. Open the real-time preview again. Now it's white. To change this, just move this slider here until only your main target is bright. You can also decrease regions you don't want to stretch or affect. For example, the core, since I want to stretch it and the core is already very bright here, I don't want to modify those. You also can or should increase the fuzziness and definitely the smoothness. this is just trial and error here. Yeah, you have to play a little bit with this. So we want to have also those regions white, or a little bit white here, but we don't want to have the core affected so much. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty nice. Just try this, apply or create the mask, and delete or close this. And now we will apply our range mask by drag and drop. Now go to mask and show mask. This will not show our mask. And okay, now the mask is applied, as you can see. And now let's go to curves, open the real-time preview, and slightly increase this curve here, just a little bit, apply it, reset, maybe a little bit more even. This is actually personal taste. Apply again, close or reset, maybe one more time, just a little bit, apply, reset, close. And now this is actually quite nice, but now the background is quite bright. So go to mask, show mask, mask, and invert the mask. As you can see, the red color indicates that also the background is affected. So we don't want to work with this mask anymore. So remove the mask and go to here to create a new mask, and again stretch this mask. Now we want to have those regions quite bright and the background really dark. Using this slider here, just make it quite dark, not so much. Maybe like this, apply, reset, and you also can use this slider here. Apply again, and this is really trial and error. Just apply our new mask to the image and go to invert. Now our galaxy is protected and the background is affected. Just go to mask, show mask, not to show our mask, and go to histogram transformation again, open the real-time preview and make the background darker. We always want to make this darker, but not to decrease those dust structures here, and this is actually the hardest part here. Imaging M51 is actually not so difficult because it's quite a bright object, but really getting those dust structures is really a difficult task, I would say. Just apply this, reset, make this even darker, this as well, apply, and yeah, this is really not really easy. Just go to mask, show mask, and invert again, not show the mask, and do actually the same again. You also can do this using this curves transformation here. You can try this, but I'm really using this histogram transformation. Go to real-time preview, make it even brighter, apply, close this one as well. Yes. Let's do a new mask here, clicking here again, do the histogram transformation, stretching, and since this is a mask, actually it does not matter if if you really clip anything here. Just close this and this one as well. And now let's go and reduce some noise. I'm using NoiseXterminator. There are also different possibilities to reduce noise in Pixinsight, for example TGV Denoise. But since I have this NoiseXterminator and it's really worth it with regard to the money you pay for it, I would highly recommend to use this. If you have a limited budget and want to get a really cool tool, and you're thinking about to get BlurXterminator or NoiseXterminator, I would always recommend to use and get NoiseXterminator, because personally I think, and also what I saw from other users, is it's much more difficult to really reduce noise and keep the structures than really increasing sharpness or something. So I would highly recommend to use or to buy NoiseXterminator over BlurXterminator if you don't want to pay for both. Okay, just reduce the noise. I actually do 0.6, just applied. This will take some seconds or minutes even. Okay, and this is actually quite nice, I would say. The background is quite black, but we still have all those dust structures here, and this is really the hardest part to get. Just close this. For now we don't need this mask anymore. Close this, yes. We don't need this anymore, yes, close. Now we will reduce noise, and we will also increase the details of the core structures and also increase the color saturation. For this, just go again to Process, Mask Generation, Range Selection, open the real-time preview, reset the settings and use this slider. Now the aim is to only select our main target, both galaxies and the dust. Increase the smoothness and really play with those sliders here. Since we also want to do some color work on the dust, I would really leave it like this. Maybe reduce the effects on the very bright regions just a little bit, personal taste, and try really only to affect your main target. I would do like this. Just create this by applying, close the real-time preview, and just apply this mask here. Go to Mask, Show Mask, and now we are only applying color saturation here in this area and a little bit on this small galaxy as well. So exactly what we want to do, go to Mask, Show Mask, not to show the mask, and again go to Color Saturation, open the real-time preview and raise this bar a little bit, not too much. I would really do many steps and not increasing it too much at once. Reset. This is just a small difference, but you will recognize this. Close this here as well, and you also can do some color works and curves. Just open Curves and go here to Saturation, that's a S, capital S. But first I would really further increase the color saturation here. Open the real-time preview, and if you want to know how to zoom in, just click here, drag, make a square. Never mind the noise so far, that's okay, and just increase this bar again. Apply this. And now I can see, for me this is too much green. I would reduce this. Looks better for me now. Do some more BlurXterminator to define the structures here in the core. Right click, zoom to fit. And let's reduce the noise here by going to NoiseXterminator, reduces to 0.6. Yeah, and this is actually already looking quite nice. Let's zoom in, and now let's do some more color work. Just open curves, go to real-time preview, and zoom in a little bit. And this is really trial and error. Okay. Let's go again to color saturation. Apply this here and go to curves again. There's really no false or right, it's just personal taste. Do what you like. Let's do one more noise reduction. You can work on this for hours if you like. What you also can do is you can change your mask in between. Just remove this one and apply a new one. And just change the mask to the region you want to have changed. For example, if you really want to go to the core, more to the core, just apply this. Close, close. Now we have another mask which is really focused on the core structures. Show mask, invert. Invert again, show mask, and apply some more color work if you like. Open the real-time preview, zoom in here, and just change as you like. Now that's actually quite nice. I will remove the mask again and apply another noise reduction here. That's it so far. Let's zoom out. And now let's work on the stars, but before we will do this, just close those masks here, this one as well. Now I would further stretch it. Just open the real-time preview and move this slider, if you can see. Now you would see more stars and brighter. Moving the middle slider in this direction makes the whole thing darker. Reset the settings. I want to have the main target to pop, but I really want to have some stars. And for me, again, personal taste, that would be too few stars. So I would increase this slider here to the left, like this. Apply this, reset the setting, maybe a little bit more. Yes, like this. Apply this, reset. And just from the stars, this would be okay for me now. This is really nice because sometimes you also can see some really small galaxies. maybe like this one here. That's a galaxy. And now we can also, this one maybe as well, don't know. Now let's increase the saturation here. Go to real-time preview, raise this bar. So that means increasing overall saturation. Applying this, reset. Maybe do this one more time, just a little bit. Apply, reset, close, close. This is before, this is after. Now you also have some green here. Usually I don't like this, so let's apply the SCNR again. On green, let's do 0.6. Apply this, and this looks much better now. So this is after SCNR. Maybe take a look at this galaxy and this one here. That's before, after, before, after. Right click, zoom to fit. And for me that's fine now. I would even do this a little bit darker here on the background. Just go to process, mask generation, range selection, return preview, reset, and we don't want to have our galaxies affected. So increase the blur. Yeah, we actually don't want to change anything on our galaxy, so just make it white and increase this. We don't want to make those less bright or less prominent galaxies too dark. That's why I will leave it like this, maybe even like this. Apply this, or to create a mask, close, close, and apply this mask by drag and drop. Go to mask, show mask, and now invert this mask like this. Now we can see we have all our galaxies, or the two galaxies are protected, so red, and also this small galaxy is protected. Now let's go to mask, show mask, not to show the mask, and again go to histogram transformation, real-time preview, and make this a little darker, the background. And now you also can see not just the background is getting darker, but also the galaxy really pops, or both of them. Just apply this, and maybe even more, just a little bit like that. Apply this, reset. Much better, I would say. I'm not 100% happy with the color here, so I will remove the mask again and apply another one. This one. Maybe changing the mask here again. I go to histogram, open the real-time preview, and since this is a mask, we can really clip something here. Make this darker, even darker, apply this, maybe even more. I really just want to change the core section here. Apply this, close, reset and close, and apply this mask on our image. Go to show mask, don't show, just to know where we are. Now let's go to color saturation, or I would use curves now, and just try to change the appearance a little bit. Okay, I actually really like this. That's personal taste, and now we can also use a function which is called Unsharp mask to make it even sharper. Let's zoom in here, because and here you can change the amount. That's really extreme, quite extreme. It's really personal taste again. Apply this, reset. We can also try to apply further BlurXterminator, but at some level for me this really looks very artificial, so just apply this again. Before, after, before, after. Let's zoom out, let's see how it... so that would be too strong for me. I mean, it's personal taste. I would leave it like this. Just close this one, this mask as well, and this mask as well. And now let's recombine this image with the M51 and companion galaxy and another galaxy, and this a star image. Just go to Process, All Processes, and click Pixel Math here. I already prepared something. Close this, and I called it Stars Recombine, and use this equation here to really recombine your stars. That means combine the function, the starless and the stars image. That's actually quite an easy and simple term, and this means operation. So the operation mode of this recombination, or this combination, is a screen mode. And just apply this by pressing here, and now you have your galaxy or galaxies, I should say, and the stars combined. Close this one, and actually I really like this very much. Now just save this image, go to File, Save As, and I would use this file format. That's a Pixinsight file format. Just click Save, OK, and maybe save again as a TIFF file. Yes, that's it. Okay, so this is the image right after dynamic background extraction. Very, very noisy, as you can see. So really strongly reduce the noise. We can still see all those faint structures, for example, this galaxy and this one. Although it's really in the middle and really hard to distinguish in this noise, we can still see this faint object even. We have more distinct stars. We have strongly reduced noise. Just zoom out again. We don't have this ugly green color cast here. It's really nice. We still also can see this galaxy. We have our more defined galaxy core here. We have, for my taste, nice colors. Let's zoom out again, and we still, even we have this strong noise here from our planetary camera, we still can see the dust here and even here as well. So that's really difference day and night, I would say. Yeah, I hope you like this as much as I do. I think it's really nice, especially really considering this is an image of produced by a planetary camera. This is really not optimal for deep sky imaging. We really have a crazy amount of noise, and with really some processing skills, you are really able to really create wonderful images of even such a reduced quality, I would call it. That's not a bad camera at all, but it's just not made for deep sky objects. And yeah, That's it. That's it, actually. I hope you like this as much as I do. And in the next video, I want to show you how to add your H-alpha data, this one, to this image. Even if you have a completely different field of view here and a different position and so on, I will show you how to add this to your image. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel not to miss this video. Yeah, that's all for today. I hope you liked the video, and don't miss the new video, and please subscribe to my channel if you like this content and not to miss any new videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Clear skies.